When I buy stocks, I question whether I truly own them. It feels like an IOU from an obscure entity backed by the federal government. Unlike Bitcoin, when owning keys means owning the asset. Yes, it's bearer asset. But could the US government confiscate stock assets or hinder my ability to access my stock assets during extreme financial turmoil, e.g., the Great Reset by 2030? I like the way you think. Entire IRS revenue only covers the interest on federal debt, federal insolvency, or Great Depression 2.0. I worry the government would prioritize itself, big banks, and hedge funds over individual investors. Am I being overly paranoid? Well, you're not, because we're seeing things happen around the world with central banks and governments and central bank digital currencies. And they're saying the quiet part out loud in many different places. And it's deeply, deeply alarming. But let's talk about the US and the US stock market, because it's more to the point. What happens in other nations? Anything could happen. We've seen crazy things happen, confiscation, etc. We've even seen that happen in the United States with gold 100 years ago. But I don't believe it could happen this time, because if it were to happen, it would destroy everything. So I do believe confiscation is very, very unlikely. There are legal protections. The Fifth Amendment prohibits uncompensated taking of private property. And if this were to happen, okay, everything relies on the markets. And what makes the US great is the stock market. And over 60% of Americans own stocks. And destabilizing this would destroy so much stuff. We're talking pension funds, 401ks, the economy, trust in the system, etc. And I just don't see it happening. And the other important note here as well, a lot of people are always fearful of things that have less than a 1% chance of happening. But sometimes you shouldn't be worried about that stuff, because, as I say, scared money don't make money, you know. And I use this a lot. It's very important to be paranoid, to be concerned about what could come down in the future, but don't let that dissuade you from key investment decisions.